Are we the right way around now? That's not the live stream. Okay, people are finding this live stream. How do I kill the other live stream? Oh god, this is the ongoing Emma problem, is now you have multiple live streams. Hello, welcome. It looks weird because I smashed my phone, so I might flip it around in a second. Right way up? So it's not broken anymore. Good, good. That's something. Now I need to delete the live stream I accidentally did. I am a professional, that's the one that accidentally has 57 views. How? Bin that. Delete forever. Yes, I understand. Thank you, YouTube. Delete forever. Okay. Hello. Hello. We're getting somewhere. That's good. I can share this now because I'm a professional. Am I? Where's the link? God. Deborah, I literally just did it again. This is the problem we had last time, was like it didn't work. And then I did it like 3 times. I managed to do it first time. Yeah, Christ. Hello, Alice. Yeah, I literally, like last time I opened it and closed it again maybe 3 or 4 times. I'm so sorry about like how it looks, because I smashed my phone screen, it fell out my fucking pocket because I'm a genius. Ooh. This is not the first time I must play with these Ooh, wow, that's new. That's new. That's new. This is a glamour filter, we love that. Oh, 8mm. Very exciting. Look at that grain we've got going on there. Very artistic decision. No, 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 no. Ooh! Kinda looks like a ghost. Da, 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 da. Diva, I wish. Cool, we're gonna leave it at that. So, yes. I smashed my phone screen. You'd think they would give me just a link to be able to see my own live stream, but YouTube doesn't, because it's not great like that. Anyways, hello all. Holyfields, I know, right? How are you guys doing? Tell me, what's up with you guys? What's new, kids? There we go. Managed to get myself up on my own live stream. That always helps. I should be learning French verbs right now, but I got my priorities straight. Hell yeah! Join the club. Oh gosh. Holy filters. I'm good but tired. Oh, I hope you guys... Yeah, I'm very tired. I've been in a constant state of like tired delirium, maybe like 2 weeks almost now. So I very, very much feel you guys. Ugh. This hair is not working for me. Now watch me do the classic Emma live stream thing, where I change my hair up and down maybe like 3 or 4 different times each time, because I'm always just like sick of it. Oh, look how much of it there is. If anyone's wondering, I'm still like growing out to donate it. Also with lockdown and everything, there's been no point in getting it cut, and I stand by that at the moment. I'm having the Schlick coursework to do, but oh well, this is better. Tell me what your coursework is on. I can probably just help you. Your cheat sheet is here. Hi, I don't speak English, but I study. Good for you. Love that. Thank you. So my laptop is here, so when I'm looking here, it's because I'm looking at my laptop. Unless I can put it on the phone. Oh god, more coronavirus restrictions. How am I going to do this? Bear with. Enjoy the view of my ceiling. Not quite. If I had it the other way around. That's an okay view. I'm sure you don't mind having like a bit of my laptop. You can have one of my plants. There you go. Now it's never video. How are you guys doing? Tell me, what's on your minds? Look at that ceiling. Do you like, are interested in philosophy? Yes, you guys know that very, very much. I've had so many requests over like the last couple of years for like videos on like how to get into philosophy. I'm probably not the person to ask. I've never done philosophy like formally. I've just like read things that count as philosophy. That was my stomach. But if you think about it, philosophy is just like a set out thought of ideas. So like you have a philosophy on you have a philosophy on like you can read pretty much anything. Glad you're back after your little break for filming. Oh honey, that was no break for filming. I have been on 6 different film sets in the last 2 weeks, so a break is a really strong word that I'm gonna politely ask you all don't use. But it's just been doing something different. You know, it's been doing something at school. Break, it wasn't a, yeah, not a break, must confirm. What philosophy books would you recommend? You know the Penguin, like little great ideas ones? Not the little blue ones, but rather the sort of like ideas that changed history. That little set, the colourful ones. Highly recommend those. It's a really good curated selection, and also if you the way they structure it in terms of the numbering, really good. As ever, I always tell you guys to start with classics. Just start with that. Start with Seneca. Start with Marcus Aurelius. Because it's the first ones, at least in Western, like in the Western canon, often that is what we consider the first ones for like the influence around here. But you know, look into your culture, look into what are considered the classical foundational texts, read those and then work your way forwards. Because if you go back to the older stuff, that's going to start influencing everything else in a domino effect. I've said it a million times. Honestly, that's the best way to do it. And again, don't be intimidated by like things like classics or epics or like ancient texts or whatever, because there is so much like research available on that and like things to help you. So you don't need to be daunted by it, but like have to doing it on your own, because you definitely don't. It's a good place to start. But I just think people gatekeep it a lot, which really grinds my gears. But yeah, definitely check out the Penguin Great Ideas series. Definitely read that. Those. Read The Prince the other week, very interesting. Yeah, that's a good one of those. We love a good bit of Machiavelli. You can see why people thought he was fucking evil. But he's very practical, and I guess that's almost what makes it more chilling. Oh gosh, how are you guys coping with like school and stuff? I know some of you have meant to have gone back to school. How's that been? I know you did comp lit at KCL. Do you know how good English lit is there? Quite a few of my friends did it. It's definitely very good, certainly like a very classic, respectable degree. If like English is what you want to do, yeah, sure, go for it. Just not my cup of tea, that's why I didn't apply for it. But a lot of people who on my course ended up doing comp lit had applied for it. But I think most of them are kind of glad they did comp lit rather than just English lit. But obviously that's hearing it from me, take that with a grain of salt. I'm obviously biased as fuck. You just got the Iliad because you like it so much. Isabella, enjoy. It's a wild fucking ride. Get in for a lot of bitching, because that's basically just what it is. And warfare. Men. I hate drama, also men. Goes to war. Physics and math is killing me right now. I regret my choice of field to study. That's a lot of numbers. That's super intense, but like good on you for choosing that, if like that's your thing. I was so bad at physics. I literally was always really bad at physics and maths, even though I took it for A level, and then axed it because I was really bad at it. Oh. Wow, school is weird. We're only allowed in one classroom for the entire day and we already have mocks next week. Wow, Eleanor, where are you? Eleanor, are you in the UK? Because that sounds super intense. Like, it's September. Are you stateside? That's so insane. Read book Saramago. Majo? Tell me more. Why do I need to read it? I'm intimidated by classical texts. Help please. Honestly, it's not intimidating. Just read it. The thing is to get a good edition that has footnotes and references and explains things to you. This is why I'm like so particular about editions. You want editions that basically help and enhance your learning experience rather than ones that just give you the text. Like if you want to read Ulysses, for example, by James Joyce, there are these editions you can get which are almost, there are more footnotes than there are actual text. That's probably an over exaggeration, but that's kind of how it feels. Get ones that are basically designed to be used to be taught if you're going to especially like, I guess, self-teach yourself the text. Does that make sense? But look into editions that are more geared towards like helping you understand it rather than just letting you read it. And don't be intimidated by it. It's just old. Like, it's not that. It's just not a big deal. I think, honestly, classicists like to suck their own dick a little bit. Really, it's not that big of a deal, guys. It's just another book, or text. Because a book doesn't really come into existence until, like, the 18th century, but you know. Not more rather. I'm in the UK, this is back to Eleanor. I'm in the UK, but I guess if exams are cancelled again, they want something to grade us on. That makes sense. I took 3 essay exams, so rip me. That's rough. Honestly, I don't understand people who can do exams. I, at uni, avoided like the absolute motherfucking plague. Exams. I can't do them. My brain is not built for them. You will see enormous discrepancies between when I take exams and when I do essays. I just don't think it's actually a fair way to examine people at all. That's why I've always done so much better with coursework. I'm sure you guys can understand. Lots of you will. It's just very... I just don't like it as a way of like having to be examined. So that sounds very intense. Best of luck. And yeah, Jesus Christ, like, can you imagine exams? Probably aren't going to go ahead this year again. So I'm not surprised they're giving you mocks now. That makes so much sense. I can't do exams either, but teachers like me, so I'd probably be better if my GCSEs get cancelled, lol. It's good that you know your teachers. That's a skill in of itself, isn't it? Like, not being able to work people, but you know, that in itself is very much a skill. So I guess to an extent you should be rewarded for that. No one heard me say that. I've never read any Hemingway. It's the first thing to have that comment. Have you read any Latin American magical realism? Also never read any magical realism. I would read Marquez, but it's just so chunky. Yeah, it is Marquez, and I would read his books, but like, they're just too chunky for me. I'm just like, no. Don't yell at me. I am dyslexic. Have you watched Harlots? I have not watched Harlots. If you have, like, it's about prostitutes in 1763 Georgian London. Just been put on BBC Two. Maybe I will watch that. That definitely sounds like my kind of thing. Getting your film into Cannes or Hollywood. I would need films to start to do that with. I'm dyslexic too. I love them. Easy to read. Maybe I should. I have so much to read. Did I show you guys? I'll show you guys a pile of books that I've got right here. Or I'm gonna knock my little setup. I am, aren't I? This is a pile of books that I have right now. This is on my bedside table. So stop giving me book recommendations. Do you have any books I bought on my no-buy? Many. I've got so many books on my no-buy. My no-buy really has not gone particularly well. So thank you for asking. Yeah, my no-buy has not gone very well at all. God, I really can't help myself. Somebody asked me recently if I finished reading this. I haven't actually even started. I bought this as well though recently. Secret Lives of Colours. I'm quite excited to read this because we do so much, and like I've thought about colour so much with the shoots that we did this term for school, so I'm quite excited about that. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how it looks yet. Hopefully it looks okay. It should look okay. We'll see. We'll see. Have I ever read Angela Carter? I have read The Bloody Chamber. I've read most of the bits of The Bloody Chamber. I haven't read all of it. But I have read it, and I remember just thinking she was really strange, but I think I've grown to appreciate her more as I have got older and stuff. I think I read it when I was 16. I don't know if that's maybe... I think I maybe needed to be a little bit older before I read it, but maybe I should reread it. Someone tell Helena the future simple fourth person singular of venir. I'm dying with French here. I have no idea. I can't help. I should know this. Viens? Viens? What the fuck is a fourth person? Like plural? This is not language tube. You're on the wrong live stream for that. I was supposed to be on a no buy for September, but I break that so quickly. It happens, doesn't it? No. Oh. Viens? Vignon? I'm literally gonna Google this now. What, simple future? Viendrons? Viendrons? Nous viendrons? Venir? I love Googling. Oh no, where's it gone? Have you read Florence Given's book? No, I actually haven't. Do you guys think it's good? Should I watch it? I'm open to it, but I haven't. I follow her on Instagram. I followed her for quite a while. Is that right? I don't take my word on that. I don't know if that's right or not. The French. No, I haven't read it. Do you guys think it's good? Should I read it? God, I feel like I'm at such like mental capacity right now. It's been a weird like 2 weeks, so I feel like I'm like, ugh, exhausted in so many like different kinds of ways. And now I'm not in shot. Me with a filmmaking degree? What? You'd never be able to fucking tell. Nope. Nope. I don't also want to be looking down when I'm reading these and then like looking back up at you. Constant crisis. This is the problem, honestly, now, is that I do know better, and then when I don't do better, it super annoys me. Yes, I just flagged this light with a coaster, because that is how my brain is now going. Okay, you guys are down here. I'm reading these comments down here. Can you guys ask me things that aren't about books? I know that like that's what you come to me for, but one of the things is I've never wanted to get into a niche, and like while niches on YouTube are something that really makes your channel do really well, it's just not who I am. Like I haven't spoken about books or thought about books, to be quite honest, like in a formalized context, in a very long time. And I feel like when I talk about books recently, especially online, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. It's always, oh hi Jane, it's always like philosophy or classics. I'm like, guys, I think I just need to make dedicated videos on this so people stop asking me. Also say get the niche thing right. YouTube works so much on niches, and the problem is once you get an audience because of a certain kind of video or whatever, audiences expect that, and you are basically like, not required, but to an extent, yeah, you are required to pump out the same kind of content because you will notice in your then analytics that your audience doesn't like it. It's pretty fucking savage like that. And it's super stressful in that way, and I've had it when the numbers sometimes have just been too much, and I've just been like, whoa, holy fuck, like I was doing so well and I'm not, because I'm like doing me. So please ask me non-book content stuff. Thank you, Jane. Film school is going good. We're heading into post now. My unit anyway. Some units are still shooting right now. I'm messaging my friends who are on shoots right now, and they're like being like, shit, how did you fix this when this went wrong? Crisis management is something I'm apparently good at. Who knew? If I was a biscuit, what biscuit would I be? Chocolate fingers. Chocolate fingers are fantastic. as a biscuit. If you haven't ever had them, I feel very sorry for you. Are you going to make a skincare video? I am. It's more that like, since I started back in August, I've had like, it's been like, go, go, go. You guys will have noticed, which is exactly why I didn't make any videos for a while. Oh god, and my entire back. I can feel it all up my back. Everything hurts. Film school is good. We're going into post now and like going into edit, which is like my favourite thing. It's not, I don't know if it's my favourite thing. I've been having many a crisis. I'm like being like, oh, I thought it was more of like an editor, or maybe I'm not, or maybe I am really good at that, and like finding and discovering new things that you didn't know you were good at, and you're like, oh, this really floats my boat. It's been like a really interesting experience. You know when you're little and they tell you like, oh, the job that you probably will end up doing hasn't been invented yet? That's how it feels. I mean specifically about first assistant directing, when you're like the AD. A little bit of a misleading thing, you're not actually, like, you don't assist with the direction, you basically keep the floor running in terms of like the set. So you're like the one who's like keeping you on time, on budget, doing all the risk assessment shit. It's a lot of fun. It really vibes with me, so I'm like, because at school you have to like choose like a direction to graduate basically, like for your grad films. I think maybe if you're an editor you need to edit 1 or 2 to graduate as an editor, or as a producer you need to produce a certain amount to graduate as that, and so forth. I think if you want to do a DOP, so that's like cinematography, camera, you need to DOP like 2 or 3, like a few, you need to like do stuff on grad films to meet the requirements to graduate as a certain thing, is currently my understanding of it. Yeah, it's going good. It's like, I finished my shoots for my term and then immediately signed on to do shoots, help on shoots for other terms. The last like 3 days, I had a 14-hour day yesterday, that was fun. We were on a set, like proper set for like a term above us. They'd built like a house. They'd built like, and it sounds so dumb, but it looks so real. You're on the set and you're like, fuck, this literally looks like somebody's living room, but it's not. You're in this big like warehouse thing, studio thing, with like lights rigged from like the ceilings, and there's like, the floors are like this weird like carpet, like, not carpet, like stuff that you can like drill into when you're moving walls around, and like, it sounds dumb, but it's like so real. So I was PAing on that, so I was production assistant, so I was just like, you know, running errands almost. It's a lot of fun, and like I know for a fact that I never want to do anything else. So yeah, film school's good. It's like what I've always needed, I guess. I'm just like, I like making films, I like making movies, this is my favourite fucking thing to do. To the point where it's actually really supplanted my love of YouTube. I know, it's kind of insane, I guess, because I've always loved this so much, that this has taken that to such a different level, and like, yeah. Ooh, I've just clocked that as I've said that to you. Yeah, I probably love making films way more than I love doing this, and you guys know how much I love doing this. I guess it's always been like, in theory, I like filmmaking, but I don't really know on like that kind of scale if I do. On the scales that I've been doing it so far, as it's been leveling up, I haven't had a problem with it yet. I still very much enjoy it. And also this is another thing, like, you guys started asking me about books. I did all my like term 5 shoots, we shot 5 films in 5 days. And then I saw one of my like friends one of my like school friends, and we talked about it for a little bit, but then she started talking about like her dates and stuff, and I was really confused. I was like, you don't want to talk about films? You don't want to talk about films? You don't want to talk about production? You don't want to discuss films with me? You don't want to discuss festivals with me? What? So like, yeah, I signed on to do another film shoot because then I could talk to people about film. Some people like ask me about books. I'm like, what? Like, I haven't spoken about anything else for like 2 weeks. It's consumed me in like the best way. I love this. And then, are you interested in acting as well? No. No. I had to act in one of my unit mates' films just because of a like situation that we had. That was not like me going, this is my moment. This is like, no, it's not really what I want to do. I've had people at school be like, oh, so you want to act? I'm like, no. I honestly find it an inherently sexist thing to ask. It's like, okay, because I'm a girl, because I'm objectively like pretty, you think that I want to be in front of the camera. Of course you do. This is even people who have no idea that I do this. Like, I'm like, I don't mind being in front of the camera as myself, but not as someone else. But it's not my thing. I generally have done it because people have like asked me, and I'm like, I know I'm capable of it. I'm also not a very good actor, by the way. But no, I haven't gone to film school to be in front of the camera. Like, that's just not, if you're going to film school to be in front of the camera, you are going to the wrong school. Like, go to a drama school. Like, that is the point. I mean, people do whatever, like, you don't, my word isn't gospel. Like, if, you know, always you do what works for you, whatever, but like, I find it an inherently sexist question. Have you asked any of the guys in that course? Oh, so you're gonna be an actor? That's why you've gone to film school. Been me asked that? No. No, of course not. Ugh. Have I bought any plants lately? I haven't. The last plant that I... Look at my fucking pilea. Look at my fucking pilea. Look at my fucking pilea. Look at it. It's fucking... It needs water. Look at my fucking pilea. It's fucking huge. Also, Helena honey, you okay? Oh, the bi content on TikTok. Oh, honey. Honestly, like, I've watched so many, like... Yes, Alice, this is the teeny tiny plant that I bought a few weeks ago. It was tiny, and now it's fucking massive. It's huge. I'm sorry. Yes, Helena, are you okay, darling? And honestly, TikTok has been... This is one of the crises that I was basically having for, like, a little while. Was that, yeah, I stopped... Sorry, I just saw loads of really weird dots on my pilea, and I was like, is that fucking bugs? It's not. Are these stoma? There's a big ass stomata. Stomata. Yes. Oh yeah, this is a name. This one has a name. This is Pepper. TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok. I haven't made any other TikTok things because I smashed my phone. I'm shocked by me even being able to do this live stream. I did not think I would be able to. I have watched so much by TikTok. I have consumed so much by lesbian TikTok. Like, all of the woman loving woman stuff. I'm just like, yes. Especially a lot of like bi identity crisis stuff. I feel like being bi just comes inherently with so much chaotic energy. It's basically unavoidable. Just because it's part of the crisis of going back and forth, being like, am I gay? Am I not gay? Maybe I'm straight. Maybe I'm doing it for male attention. Maybe I'm actually just like a lesbian, but like in denial about it. So you have a lot of that back and forth constantly. Do I like Tarkovsky? Not particularly, if I'm honest. But yeah, being bi comes with a lot of this like whiplash, chaotic energy. And then like I've just been like going through it with that. It's just really weird. You sure you're okay, darling? Again, reading comments on here. Simultaneously watching this in Bake Off. I am impressed, but it's a hard skill to have. Oh, they're saying That's cool. I love seeing girls behind the camera. We need more of that, honestly. Thinking of going to film school after graduating. Fuck yeah, do that. I'm never going to encourage you to do anything else, but go to fucking film school. It is the best time of your life. I am having a great fucking time. It is definitely bad as also when you have like parents who you do need their approval of, because like you want your parents to like love and like support you with anything you do, and it's a pretty inherent like natural thing, right? Yeah, but people being biphobic is like a massive like problem, and you get it from all sides of the community as well, which really fucking sucks. Especially when you get lesbians who are like, oh, I don't date bi girls because they're more likely to cheat or whatever, and it's like, can you all chill out? Especially like if it's like a father figure. I'm sorry, that sucks. And sometimes people just need to like, I know it's bad, but like they just need time to always come around to it. That's why I was always like, I've always said, you know, if you can come out, do, but you have to be conscious and aware of the environment within which you are doing that. So I'm sorry again for that. That sucks. I think it's also maybe one of the reasons why I don't like vocalize it excessively, because you don't know if you're going to get a bad reaction. And the worst thing is when someone's like, no, you're not. Someone like denies it. It's like not necessarily even getting the validation, but just more like dealing with someone else denying your own feelings. It's like, well, fuck. Oh. Also, lots of you ask me like about booktube stuff. I don't watch booktube. I want to be like, guys, I don't watch booktube. I don't watch it at all. It's just not something that interests me. Especially because like, you know the kind of books that I read. You come to me specifically for that content because you don't get it very many other places. So you can understand why I don't watch booktube. I don't find it interesting. Oh god, if you want some tea, there it fucking is. I don't think it's interesting, I just don't watch it. I just read the books instead. Oh god. Oh yeah, the bi thing being a phase. Yeah, classic. Absolute classic. Classic. Oh god. I have heard it. I've heard it. I'm 20. It's just my age, 16. Everyone just thinks it's a phase. Honey, I'm 22. Everyone's like, oh, it's probably a phase. I'm like, god. It also sucks when you like have known since, I think I figured out I was bi always, but then when I was like 14 I got a label for it and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like I just thought everyone else felt the way I did, and then it took me a long time to figure out they didn't, and I was like, oh, okay. We need more women behind the camera. I'm just thinking about it. This is like, I have never properly seen my experiences on camera, ever. I genuinely cannot tell you a good film that has this as like has bisexuality in the storyline where it doesn't revolve around cheating. Representation matters, kids, no way. Okay, going to film school, and yes, I'm fine. I just can't wait to get out of this town. There's no one here for me to date anyways. A woman of taste. Oh gosh. 16 is a hard age. It's hard. I do empathise very, very much. I still haven't told my boyfriend that I'm bi. When we met I wasn't sure about the reaction, and now I just have no idea how to mention it. 2 years of dating, I'm by the way bisexual. I'll fucking feel you. It is hard because that's like part of your identity that then like you want to like almost express, but to an extent you can't, because it does involve like, I guess I just have been more straight for a very long time, like acted that way, and have never like fully explored that other side of me, even though it's part of a whole. Because you're basically like, when you're in a straight or like heterosexual relationship, you basically are like, oh, you kind of do act more straight? Does that make sense? And like I feel like I've only stopped doing that now, and it's been like because like being bi doesn't just come with like, it comes with a lot of crises obviously, but there is like, if you go on TikTok you'll realise there's like an aesthetic like layer to it, which I've been like exploring, which has been loads of fun, and like there's so much more to it than just like who you're fucking. And as well, I think it's difficult in a relationship because people seem to understand the like thing of like, oh, does it then mean that you want to see other people or like, again, cheat? So it's a hard one, and like you don't always need to if you don't want to. Like, don't. It's a difficult one to navigate. The boy I was seeing at the time was like, he didn't care, like he was fine with it. He was like, I'm just like, as long as you don't like cheat on me, but that would be the same if I did that with a guy. Another guy, it was actually more the people around him that took issue with it. And like, I offhandedly once mentioned it in a video, and then he got text messages being like, oh, are you okay? Did you know this? Are you really, like, bullshit. But if you have a loving, caring, supportive partner and you communicate it to them like well and stuff, they shouldn't have a problem with it. If they do, they're an asshole, dump them. Because then you know where you stand on that. But in theory they should be fine with it. If they love you, then you know they love all of you and each part of you, right? I hate saying in theory, but that's kind of how the world works, right? Don't always know. We should be clear to the people we date about our preferences from the beginning, just be honest. It's not always that easy. In theory, yes, but it isn't always that easy, is it? Because you don't always know, especially when you're younger. You might still be you're still trying to figure stuff out. And like, sometimes it can take a lot longer as well. Like, if you know, and you can be clear, and you have basically almost like the luxury of being that clear, defo do. But like, sometimes people just figure that out along the way, and then you're like, oh, I didn't know this about myself. Or maybe you did, and now you get a new contextual framework to work within, and you're like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. So unfortunately not everyone can do that, but that's also okay. Like, it doesn't make you a bad person that you like figured something out about yourself. It doesn't mean you've necessarily like done a 180 or whatever. It means you've just evolved and grown as a person. I hate people like, oh, you've changed. I'm like, no, you just grew up a bit more. Like, you just, why do we inherently seem to think that change is a bad thing? There is nothing wrong with change. Change is a very, very positive thing. Could you imagine if everything always stayed the same? Could you imagine if you always stayed the same? That's stupid. Like, people change, people grow up, but that's totally valid. Film about a bisexual protagonist. What do you all think I'm gonna do motherfucking grad film on? If I make one, pretty well, I don't know, but like, that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm like, I refuse to write about straight people. I'm not doing it. I have yet to make a film about a guy. We're throwing around, for term 3 we make documentaries, and we've been throwing around ideas, and I'm like, I'm not focusing on a guy. We've been talking about term 4 and 5 ideas. That's one you do on sets, and I'm like, there is no way I'm doing male protagonists. It's just not a thing that interests me. Like, men have had enough films made about them. I'm not going to make another one unless you explore toxic masculinity, because that I found interesting, because that is also a feminist issue. I will argue people on this. I think guys need more like proper representation that doesn't revolve around cheating. That would be nice. And girls kissing each other for male pleasure and attention. Fuck you. Male fucking fantasy and male gaze. It's bullshit. Oh god. If the one you date are even just a little bit of a decent human being, they should accept you even if you haven't told them about being bi straight away. Alice knows what's up. Exactly. Exactly. Like, if they are a decent human being, like bare minimum, they will be fine with it. And especially if they know you well and they know you properly, like, then they probably know that then you're like, you're not going to run off and date other people because you're dating them and you love them. Like, ugh. And if it bothers them, they're an insecure, yeah. And if it bothers them, they're an insecure arsehole from the beginning, and you deserve better. I've been thinking about making short films and I have no one to do it with. I'm just yearning to get out of here. That's the thing. Film is really hard to do on your own. You can't do it on your own. You just have to do it with other people. Film is so much about collaboration and the things you learn of diplomacy and your people skills. It's a fun time, genuinely. Like, you need people to make films with. I've made films on my own before. It's nowhere near as much fun as making them with people. Like, when you get collaborators together and like people you want to work with, again, frequently people who are on your wavelength. My god, when you meet someone who you are on the creative wavelength with, you're just like, fuck yes, this is a fucking mood. I love this so much. And I have met people like that and it's been fucking great. It's one of life's joys, and I will never confess that to them, but I'm very, very happy to have met them because I'm like, yes, you get me. Creatively, but also like, let me tell you all my life problems. When they're friends, it's really fun. Would you make a coming of age story about being bi, or like the whole story? I don't know. This is just things I'm like, I will eventually have to hash out. But I don't necessarily want it to be a coming of age story about things like sexuality, because I guess in my case, I always just kind of knew, so there was no, in that sense, I didn't have to come of age with it because it was always part of who I was. Maybe that's just my mentality and stuff. I think I've done more like coming of age with it now than I have maybe ever. Yeah, I'm also not, I quite enjoy like a post coming of age narrative anyway. Another idea I was throwing around was like what you do like when you've, you know, come of age. Like when you're like 22, 23, 24 and you're like trying to figure that shit out. Like you've done all the coming of age stuff. There are very few, honestly, think about it, there are not that many films about when people have graduated and they're like trying to figure out jobs. Maybe things like Spaced, Edgar Wright's series, I think covers that. It's like when you're still like, you haven't necessarily started your career properly yet, or like you're just out of uni and like you almost like lose that momentum. Like fuck, the fuck do we do now? I think that as well. I quite like a post coming of age narrative. Why are there no films set in university? There are so many films set in university. Like college is an entire genre, like especially for the States. There's less decent uni stuff for the UK, but that's probably because the UK tends to make more like series about that. If you want a really good one, watch Fresh Meat. That I think a lot of you guys probably enjoy Fresh Meat, to be honest. Oh my god, I have not seen Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I can't believe I have not seen it, but I have not seen it yet. Celine Sciamma, I love her. I watched We Were Shown. It's not called Boyhood. What is it called? I think the English translation is Tomboy. That is a good film. That is a good film. Watch that. That is a good fucking film. She actually was God, she trained as a screenwriter. Did she go to La Fermis? I think she did. She did actually trained as a screenwriter. I just like, oh, but apparently her script for like, I think it's called Water Lilies. It was like so good that they were like, fucking make this into a film, and she did. Is that right? Am I telling you absolute lies? Celine Sciamma. Also, 10 out of 10 name, isn't it? A common theme in Sciamma's films is fluidity of gender and sexual identity among girls and women. We motherfucking stand. In this house, we motherfucking stand. Yeah, it's La Fermis. What was it? It was called what? It is called Water Lilies. Look at me, I actually got it right. She does do film. She's insane, I respect her and all she stands for. Abso-fucking-lately, I agree. She's fantastic. I've seen the Enola Holmes stuff on like, I saw it on the Tube in Baker Street. They've put some of these like pictures up and I was like looking like, what the fuck is that? That's got what's face in it. gonna say Bellatrix Lestrange, and that's only because I am so deep into classic TikTok. I re-downloaded Wattpad. Helena Bonham Carter. That's what I wanted. I will watch anything that woman is in. My god, thank you, JC. It is. Oh gosh, that woman. Me gay, what? I think bisexuality needs more representation. And especially like with guys. Like, I think guys really get the short end of the stick in terms of like, oh, you're definitely gay then. Like, people like being like, oh, you're clearly hiding behind, you know, the bi label, but you're actually clearly just gay. Because I think a lot more girls are more outgoing in their but yeah, I guess outgoing in their bisexuality than guys are, which I think is a shame. Oh no, is this where we all start discussing the fact that TikTok made us re-download Wattpad? I'm reading this stupid thing called like Slytherin Royals. And then there was this like one comment, you know how there's like comments on the side, right? And like I clicked it to read it, and people were just putting in how old they were, and they were like, oh, I re-downloaded this, I'm 17, I'm 15, I'm here like, I'm 20 fucking 2. Oh god. In my defense, I was been on Wattpad since I was about 30. Oh my god, if I've been reading shit on Wattpad since I was 13, I've been doing it for a decade. Oh no, am I old? Did I get old? When did I get old? I've always been old. Oh god. Draco deserved better in the movie period. He absolutely did. God, I loved her. I'm not gonna start fangirling if Draco. God, him and Harry Styles are like the only people that I am straight for anymore. Yes, that's it. No other men, just those two. But we know Harry Styles has like some other kind of energy going on, so. Oh god. Yeah, Harry Potter is not a very good wizard. Have we noticed this? He's just not very good at it. God, we love Draco. I have never seen any movies or series with asexual and demisexual main characters. That's because Holly because sex sells. If you haven't got a person that is like, if you haven't got a character that has any like interest in that, they don't want to make films about it because you're not going to have any like sexual tension, sexual art. They just don't want to make it because it doesn't sell, which is bullshit, obviously. And that is why it's so important that like as many different kinds of people like have opportunities to do things like make films or go to film school or whatever, because it needs to go. Trickling down as a system never works. You get performative representation. You've seen it with Me Too, you've seen it with Black Lives Matter. People make superficial changes at the top, but it does not filter down and it does not address any systemic issues that you have within an industry. That's why you need to do things like encourage them to go to film school, and then you'll have it not trickle up, then it goes up that way, and that restructures the system. Trickle down effect doesn't work, it's performative, it's bullshit. OMG, I was on Twitter a few days ago and found a thread that was why Harry Styles is problematic. Like, excuse me, the Harry Styles? Harry Styles is not problematic. Harry Styles is an absolute cupcake whom we must protect at all costs. My friend saw him recently. She finally like spotted him, and poor thing apparently just got mobbed by a bunch of teenage girls. I'm like, so sorry, I would have just said hi and left you alone. I'm sorry that you got mobbed. It's fine, it's me talking, it's not corona. We're gonna disclaimer our coughs for the rest of our lives, aren't we? Jesus Christ. The CW are developing a live action Powerpuff Girls. Interesting. I hope it doesn't kind of come off as totally spies. That was another gay awakening, by the way. Anyone else? That and Kim Possible, but Shago. Tell me I'm wrong. It will tell me I'm wrong. I wouldn't even deem myself worthy of saying hi to him. Oh, a couple of my friends are men. Apparently he's just really nice. God, totally spies. Also made me realise that I was initially one of those like, I'm not like other girls, and then realising like the toxicness of that, and like how when people are like, I'm not like other girls, basically that is internalized, like that's your own internalized misogyny. Like when I like clocked that, I was like, holy fuck. Women are not your competition, they are your friends, your collaborators. Like we need to stop seeing each other as competition, especially for men. Why not healthy things like jobs and opportunities? Not for men. God, I'm not like other guys. God. We need a Draco spin-off. We motherfucking need a Draco spin-off. Also, if you guys have any Draco Malfoy fanfictions that you want to recommend, asking for a friend, but like asking for a friend, oh yeah, we need to stop calling girls basic. Like, yeah, it's that thing of like, I spoke about it in my a One Direction video, right? Like people just hate things that teenage girls hate. Love. I am so tired. But people like shit on things that teenage girls love just because people think that teenage girls have no cultural like what clout and capital. It's like insane. It's like let girls do what they fucking want to, and often it's like it's men doing it as well. And then often you get girls who are like, oh, I want their attention, so what I'm gonna do is agree with them and shit all over my people, my peers, in order to like get male approval and attention. God. And then like, you know, you internalize that because you want that attention. I'm saying that because I've done it. Like, once you realise that, you're like, fuck, that is so fucked up. That is levels of messed up. Oh. I never have anyone to talk to about Totally Spies. I had a childhood, Totally Spies, and then the whole like, oh, I broke a nail, and me being like, I'm so stupid. And I'm like, oh, now I've done it. I'm like, yeah, that fucking sucks when that happens. It's super annoying. What you really want is the whole get a girl who can do both memes. Also, ultimate bisexual energy. But yeah, I've much preferred realising the whole get a girl who can do both, rather than like, I'm not like other girls. I'm not like other girls. I like reading books and drinking tea instead of going out partying and doing shots of vodka. How about you do both? Or you do you. It does not have to be mutually exclusive. One does not make you better than the other. I can get shit-faced drunk and also lecture you on the feminist agenda. I can do both. And that's much more fun that way anyways. Katara. Okay, but I have, if we're gonna go down the like the Avatar Lost Airbender thing route, in terms of character awakenings, fucking Zuko. I am sorry. I hold Draco and Zuko in that same kind of. They are so problematic. But at least Zuko has that redemption arc. Zuko had the fucking redemption arc that Draco Malfoy fucking deserved. I've said it, okay? I fucking said it. That is what it is. But my god. You know they have cartoons. It continues as a fucking cartoon. It is a cartoon. It continues as comic books, and they have Zuko. Oh god, Zuko had the perfect redemption arc. He really did. There are so many incredible like video essays on YouTube about Zuko. Oh, chef's kiss, amazing. I love how the girls have taken over this chat right now. If you look at it, it's just like, ladies, hello. Zuko is the reason why I have an unhealthy obsession with wanting to give every toxic guy with whack morals a chance of redemption. Unless I think you just help me understand what my motherfucking type is in men. Oh no. so tired, but that's also really true. Oh god, I feel seen. Oh god. Oh, I read a Draco Miney fanfic the other month and it was really good. Find me the name of it, yeah. Even though I really don't like them. I don't know what it is, but I hate when it's that whole like almost Romeo and Juliet-esque sort of style, like not style, like narrative. I much prefer when they're in Slytherin. I don't know, maybe it's like of course it's self-identity thing, you guys know, but no, I've already done this. But you guys didn't seem, like, I asked you ages ago, like, what avatar thing would I be? And you all said everything apart from fire. And when I've asked before, like, oh, what house do you think I would be in? Like, I would be in Slytherin. Like, I think those two, like, you go together in terms of personality, but maybe that's just all the traits that you don't experience of me. Ooh, an unexpected mouthful. I think I might have that saved on my phone. Alice, that comment was so fucking bang on. God. Oh my god, you didn't hear that, but my back just went click, 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 click. I've always had the fattest crush on Luna Lovegood. Oh gosh. There were never that many girls in Harry Potter to have like a massive crush on, there were there? Also Cedric Diggory, hello. But only as Robert Pattinson. You guys seen that really, really weird picture of him and stood in the kitchen? It's just so funny. It's so weird, but it's so funny. No, I know what's good fucking bi representation. Fucking Legend of Korra. Fucking Legend of Korra. They're fucking gay. Legend of Korra, at the end of it, Korra and, oh my god, I've forgotten her name. Asami. They get, well, they're gay for each other. They're bi. There you go, there's representation. Especially because in the comic books that continues as well. Like, that is fucking canon. Korra and Asami. Yes. God. Josie has never seen Avatar. Josie, honey, watch it. It's so good. I cannot believe that you have never seen it, and I'm so jealous that you get to watch it for the first time. I recommend it so much. I know you all in the comments fucking recommend it. It's incredible. I cannot recommend it highly enough. I have so many Korra and Asami edits saved. I don't motherfucking blame you. I should honestly go dig some of those up. Oh, Josie, the movie is trash. The movie is absolutely trash. It is a whitewashed piece of shit. It's trash. It is the original creators have nothing to do with it. It's really bad. Yes, Alice, we don't talk about the movie. We do not talk about the motherfucking movie. Watch the series, it is on Netflix, and read the comics that come out afterwards. Because that's, the original creators are invested in that. Really, really good. Really, really good. Please send me Korra and Asami edits, that's all I want to see. Unless it's to talk trash of it, of course, yes. Yes, Alice, of course. It's an embarrassment. It really, really, really is. It is an absolute embarrassment, that movie. God. Oh god, it's so bad. More Netflix binge coming up. Honestly. It's so good. And like, if you ask people about it, it's one of those shows that people will consistently be passionate about. It's honestly impressive. It's been out like 15 years. It's been out like an insane amount of time. Between me and my siblings, we've collectively watched it maybe 16 times. It's just very, very good. It is a classic, and every time you watch it, it's funny. The jokes, I know they're coming, it's still funny. The storylines, I know what happens, it's still good. And it's one of these shows that has had an incredibly strong moral compass, always. And I cannot recommend it enough. And it's especially with like your imagination, the way it like plays with that. It's so good. It's so good. I can't recommend it enough. Although I love that more than any. Although I love more people are starting to watch Avatar, some TikToks really started fandom wars, and I never knew that would happen. Maybe this is a side of TikTok I have avoided. The algorithm doesn't know yet. I've spoken it now, so it's gonna appear on my view page. Just fucking watch. But no, I didn't know that. I've just been enjoying the show. Sometimes you don't always need to enjoy the fandom with it, because fandoms can be toxic as fuck. I should know, I've been part of many. Mainly One Direction, but... Oh yeah, read some Asterix and Obelix. That's absolute childhood as well, isn't it? Oh gosh. Oh god. It's been an hour, my friends. Do you guys have any final things we can chat about? Because I will be heading straight to bed. Oh god. Is this a bit where I change my hair? Because I get sick of it no matter what it is. Yeah, I'm doing the thing again. We've said Avatar and now it's come up on my my YouTube recommended page. God, that TikTok algorithm is so spot on though. It's terrifying. It's terrifying how good it is. Smart people need more sleep. God, I have not slept enough. But like, also wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just a mature adult who makes good life decisions. Yeah. The director of the Avatar movie is the director of Sixth Sense. Is that true? I need to Google this. I know it's not James Cameron, that's one thing. You know what my favourite fucking thing about James Cameron is? That, so he was married to Catherine Bigelow, right? They got divorced. They were nominated for Best Director the same year and she fucking won. I think that's true. It's like my favourite fucking thing ever. It's like, imagine divorcing someone and then we're like, fuck you, I won the Oscar instead. Amazing. Better than any of the films that won that year. Incredible. My favourite story of all time. And I've still never watched any of her films, which is ridiculous. But I still think that story is funny. James Cameron. The one thing at school we're starting to get worried about is that all the like really successful directors and stuff seem to have really like patchy relationships in terms of like being married and remarried and remarried, so I'm kind of like, oh. Is that our fate? To be fundamentally unlovable. Da, 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 da. I love Catherine Bigelow though, just in terms of what she did. She's one of these people that like reassured me that like, okay, she did 2 degrees. It's basically doing what I'm doing now. But I don't want to make the films she makes. I think that's still kind of a little bit like male clout chasery, making films on like very male things, almost like, I don't know, she's, this is probably wrong because I have not seen any of her films, but it has the impression of like making films about things that men generally do to get that like kind of male clout and respect, which is, I don't know, wish I didn't think about it that way. Please send me borderline inappropriate Asami Korosami edit. It's all I kind of really want to see. I don't like scary movies. I will watch them so that people will fancy me and be like, oh, you're scared? Come here. But I hate scary movies for any other function than that. I was about to say something so inappropriate then. Okay, kiddos. Oh, halfway through The Little Prince. So good. That's nice. Okay, kiddos. I think that is absolutely bedtime for Emma. I'm gonna make some food and then pass out asleep. I mentioned on Instagram to let me know what you guys want to see in terms of book content. I feel like I need to make a few other things before I make big book videos again. It's almost like I know that I want to make the bookshelf tour video just because I know it'll do well, and then like entertain my ego in that way instead of it being the content that I necessarily am that psyched to put out and actually care that much about making, because I feel like I'm repeating myself. And I don't like sounding like a broken record, especially when I feel like I want to talk more about films, and I know that you guys are down for that. So, we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. But yes, thank you very, very much for joining me. Let me know what content you want to see. A lot of people said lookbook. I have been very, very flattered that people said lookbook. Super fucking flattered that people said lookbook. So I'll see what I can do about that. A24 films, always. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are honestly the best though.